You've caught glimpses, haven't you? Faint reflections in moments of quiet, fleeting sparks in the midst of your storms, a sensation just out of reach that you are more than the sum of your struggles, more than the weight of your worries, more than the story others have told about you. And I, Archangel Michael, have come to tell you what your soul has always known but dared not believe fully. You do not yet see yourself as heaven sees you. You have been walking beneath the surface of your own glory, living only fragments of your identity, while the full force of your being waits to be unveiled. There is a majesty in you, beloved, that even your wildest dreams have not yet touched. There is a power in you that sleeps like a lion, breathing steady in the quiet, waiting for the moment of awakening. And I tell you now, that moment is here. Type 111 if you feel this awakening stirring in your spirit. If you sense that you are on the edge of a revelation that will change everything. They told you who they thought you were. They assigned you roles, labels, and limitations. They tried to box you in, to define you by your failures, your past, your pain. But they were speaking to a shadow, not to your true self, because the real you, the magnificent you, the heaven-designed you has yet to be fully revealed. You have felt it, haven't you? In the restless longing that no achievement could satisfy, in the quiet knowing that no external voice could silence, in the pull toward something greater, even when logic insisted you settle for less. That pull, beloved, is the echo of your true identity calling to you from beyond the horizon of your understanding. It is the voice of eternity, reminding you that you were crafted for far more than mere survival. You were made to reign. You were made to blaze trails where none existed. You were made to carry light into places others feared to tread. Type Amen if you receive this truth, if you open your heart to the reality of your untapped greatness. Understand this, beloved. Your journey until now has not been aimless wandering. It has been the forging of a masterpiece. Every scar you carry is not a mark of defeat, but a seal of authenticity. Every tear you shed has watered the soil of your becoming. Every battle you faced has sculpted you into a vessel capable of carrying the weight of your destiny. You are not fragile. You are formidable. You are not lost. You are being led. You are not small. You are a giant walking among shadows, waiting to step fully into the light. Type 777 if you claim this identity, if you stand today and declare, I am more than I have known. Hear me well, the time of partial living is over. The time of half-believing is behind you. The full revelation of who you are is rising like dawn, breaking over the horizon. And when it rises, beloved, the world will see you, truly see you, for the first time. They will not recognize the timid version they thought they knew. They will not see the limited image they tried to frame you within. They will behold the fullness of your design, the brilliance of your purpose, the unstoppable force of your true nature revealed. Stay with me, beloved. This is only the beginning. What I will show you next will ignite a fire in your spirit that cannot be quenched. You will come to see that the reflection in the mirror has been incomplete all along. And when the veil is lifted, you will not merely recognize yourself, you will stand in awe of who you truly are. Beloved, what you have carried inside you from the beginning, even you have not fully seen. From your first breath, there was a mark upon you, an invisible seal, set not by human hands, but by the very breath of heaven. It is why you have always felt different, even when you tried to blend in. It is why you have carried questions that no one around you seemed to ask. It is why your heart has beat to a rhythm that felt out of sync with the world. Not because you were out of step, but because you were walking to the cadence of destiny. And now, I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to tear the veil away from your eyes, because you must see it. You must see who you are. You have been living in fragments of your identity. You have been moving with only a portion of your power. But what sleeps inside you, beloved, is not small. It is not subtle. It is vast. It is explosive. It is world-shaking. They tried to convince you otherwise. They tried to make you believe you were ordinary, but they were wrong. Oh, they were so wrong. You carry the blueprints of heaven's answers for this generation. You carry solutions wrapped in your spirit, waiting for the right moment to unfold. You carry power that can shift atmospheres, unlock hearts, and break chains invisible to the human eye. Type 1111. If you feel this truth burning inside you, if you sense the awakening of what has been placed within you from the dawn of time, understand this, beloved. The battles you fought were never about what you had already accomplished. They were about what you were destined to become. The resistance you faced was not a response to your past. It was a desperate attempt to prevent your future. But it is too late now, far too late. The gates of your inner greatness have begun to creak open. The rivers of your true power have begun to flow. The fire within you has found its breath, and it is rising. They cannot stop it. They cannot contain it. They cannot comprehend it. Because what you carry, beloved, was never theirs to control. It was heaven's to release, and the release has begun. Type 5. If you feel the release, if you stand in agreement that your time of hiddenness is ending, feel this deeply. You were not created to live in the shadows of your potential. You were designed to shine in the fullness of your identity. You were sculpted by the hands of eternity to carry light into places where darkness has long claimed dominion. You are not stepping into borrowed power. You are stepping into inherited power. Power written into your spiritual DNA. Power that does not fade under pressure but grows stronger. Power that does not bow to fear but commands fear to flee. This is why you have felt the rumbling in your spirit. This is why you have sensed the shifting beneath your feet, because heaven is awakening the dormant realms within you. What has slept in you, beloved, is not weakness. It is waiting. It has been waiting for the appointed time. And that time is not coming. That time is now. Stay close, because what comes next will take your breath away. What I'm about to reveal will show you that not only have you carried greatness, but greatness has been carrying you. You have not been walking alone. You have been escorted by the very hand of destiny itself. And when you see it, truly see it, you will never again question who you are. Type 33333. If you are ready for this revelation, if you stand at the edge of your awakening and declare, I am ready to see the truth of who I am. Because, beloved, the veil is lifting, the shadows are retreating, and you are about to meet the real you, not the one the world named, not the one your fears tried to define, but the one heaven has known all along. Now, beloved, now the veil falls away. Now, at last, you see it. No more shadows. No more distorted reflections. No more echo of voices that tried to tell you who you were not. Look closely, look deeper. What you behold now is not a version of yourself shaped by fear, by past wounds, by external expectations. What you behold now is the truth, the you that heaven has always known, the you that carries the roar of victory in your chest, the you that walks with the fire of purpose in your veins, the you that stands clothed in authority, crowned in destiny, forged in the secret places of divine design. Type 1111 if you see this reflection awakening before you, if you feel the recognition blazing in your spirit. Hear me, beloved, you are not seeing a future version of yourself. You are seeing who you have always been. You are seeing the warrior who has fought unseen battles in the quiet hours of your life. You are seeing the leader whose words will ignite revolutions of freedom in bound hearts. You are seeing the carrier of light so fierce that darkness trembles in your presence. You wondered why your journey felt so heavy at times. You questioned why the weight seemed more than you could bear. Now you understand, because the weight was not punishment, it was preparation. The weight was not a burden, it was a crown in the making. Every pressure you felt was forging you into the force you were destined to become. Type 555. If you received this truth, if you stand now in full agreement with the forging of your destiny, look at your scars, beloved. Look at them not with shame, but with honor. They are not signs of weakness, they are symbols of survival. They are emblems of victory. They are the proof that you walked through fire and emerged not burned, but forged. They are the evidence that you faced storms that should have swallowed you whole, and yet you stand taller than ever, because inside you was always a power too vast to be contained. Inside you was always a storm of purpose waiting to be unleashed. And now, beloved, that storm is rising, not to destroy, but to build, not to consume, but to create, not to scatter, but to gather strength for the journey ahead. Type 3333 if you claim this rising storm within you, if you feel the power gathering, ready to pour out over every part of your life. Understand this fully. The revelation of who you are is not an ending, it is ignition. It is the spark that sets ablaze every dormant dream. It is the flame that consumes every lie of limitation. It is the light that exposes every shadow of fear. And hear this deeply, beloved. Now that you have seen who you are, you cannot go back. You cannot return to smaller visions of yourself. You cannot shrink back into spaces too small for your soul. You cannot pretend to be less than the giant rising within you. Because now you know. And once you know, you cannot unknow. Once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you awaken, you cannot go back to sleep. Stay with me, because what comes next will lift you higher still. You have seen your reflection. But now, you will see your impact. You will see how the world shifts when you walk in the fullness of your true identity. You will see how heaven responds when you embrace your design without hesitation. And you will understand, fully and finally, that the real you is a force of unstoppable change. Type 9999 if you are ready for this revelation, if you stand poised at the edge of your destiny and declare, I will not step back. I will move forward in the power of who I truly am. Because, beloved, the unveiling has begun, and your world will never be the same. Now, beloved, watch closely. Watch how the world begins to respond when you step fully into who you were always meant to be. Watch how the atmosphere shifts. Watch how what once resisted you now yields before you. Because the moment you embraced the truth of your identity, the very fabric of your reality started to realign. There is a force woven into your being, a resonance that creation itself recognizes. When you walk in the fullness of who you are, everything around you begins to adjust to accommodate your rise. Doors that remained sealed for years swing open as if they were waiting just for you. Paths that were hidden beneath thorns and shadows clear at your approach. Not because circumstances have suddenly become easier, but because you have become greater. What was once a wall is now a stepping stone. What once felt like opposition is now opportunity wearing a disguise. You are not the same. And because you are not the same, nothing around you can remain the same. Those who doubted you, those who dismissed you, those who tried to diminish you, now look on in awe and confusion. They cannot explain the shift. They cannot rationalize the favor that follows you like a shadow of glory. They see it in your eyes, a fire that no storm could extinguish. They hear it in your voice, a certainty that no lie could silence. They feel it in your presence, a weight of authority that commands respect without a word. Type 9999. If you feel this authority rising in you, if you know the world is beginning to respond to the power you have embraced. But understand this deeply, beloved. What is happening now is not chance. It is not coincidence. It is not random alignment. It is divine orchestration. It is the tangible manifestation of the unseen reality you have carried all along. The world bends not because it favors you blindly, but because it recognizes the imprint of heaven upon you. Creation responds to its Creator's design, and you, beloved, carry that design in your very being. This is why doors open, this is why hearts soften, this is why opposition crumbles, because the power within you speaks the language of heaven, and creation knows how to answer. Stay close. There is one more revelation you must see, because as powerful as this awakening is, there is a final turning point ahead. A moment when you will not only move the world around you, but you will inspire others to rise into their own greatness. You will become the catalyst not only of your destiny, but of destinies unfolding all around you. And in that moment, you will finally understand. You were never just walking your path. You were blazing it for many to follow. The world is responding now. But soon, the world will follow your lead. Now, beloved, lift your gaze even higher, higher than you have dared until now, because what is happening goes beyond your personal rising. What is unfolding is far greater than your individual breakthrough. Look around you. Do you see it? The sparks you have released are catching fire in places you have not yet walked. The winds of your awakening are stirring embers in souls you have not yet met. Your life has become the ignition point for a movement far larger than yourself. You are no longer just walking your path. You are creating a highway for many to follow. And they are following, beloved. They are watching you rise, and in your rising they find their courage. They see the fire in your eyes, and it kindles their own. They feel the thunder of your footsteps, and it stirs them from their slumber. They hear the sound of chains falling off you, and suddenly their own chains feel weaker, more fragile, ready to break. This is what you were born for. Not only to walk in freedom, but to lead others into it. Not only to break through, but to break others free. Type 3333. If you feel this mantle settling upon you, if you sense that your journey has never been for you alone, understand this, beloved. Your rising is the signal to generations. Your courage unlocks the cages of those still trapped in fear. Your fire lights the torches of others still searching for their spark. You have become a living testament to the power of divine design, a beacon in a darkening world, a lighthouse on storm-tossed seas. You are not just a survivor of your battles. You are a herald of victory for those who thought defeat was their destiny. And now, beloved, they gather. They gather from the corners of despair. They gather from the shadows of doubt. They gather drawn by the light you carry, by the sound of your freedom. Because you have become a walking declaration. It is possible. It is possible to rise. It is possible to overcome. It is possible to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. You are not only a miracle in motion. You are a catalyst of miracles yet to come. What you once thought were private victories are becoming public testimonies. What you once believed were personal breakthroughs are turning into communal deliverance. You are a spark that has become a blaze. You are a voice that has become a chorus. You are a life that has become a movement. And beloved, this movement will not stop here. It will grow. It will spread. It will leap across borders and barriers, across generations and geographies. Because the force within you was never meant to remain contained. It was always meant to overflow, to multiply, to transform the very landscape of lives around you. And it begins with this truth, burning now unmistakably in your heart. You are more than you ever imagined. You are the answer someone else is waiting for. You are the rising dawn in someone else's endless night. You are the living proof that greatness is not a distant dream, but a present reality. Go forth now, beloved. Go with the certainty of one who has seen their reflection and recognized the royalty in their own eyes. Go with the boldness of one who understands their influence is a river, not a drop. Go with the humility of one who knows they carry the weight of hope for many. And as you go, watch the world respond. Watch the flames catch in places you least expect. Watch the rising of others drawn by the light you have embraced. This is your legacy. This is your calling. This is your destiny unfolding before your very eyes. You are not merely a part of the story. You are a living, breathing turning point in history. And it is only the beginning.